Yo viewers, CatGirl George here, and recently I've been playing the Gameboy Color version of Croc, released in the 2000 and developed by Virtue Craft. With the remaster for the PlayStation 1 Croc game coming out soon, I definitely wanted to try out the Game Boy Color version, just kind of out of cat-like curiosity. The Game Boy Color Croc is a 2D platformer in which you play as the game's namesake, and are off to rescue the captured gobos. Levels are fairly straightforward, containing multiple areas and basic hazards for the genre. Enemies come in a wide variety of flavors, but thankfully only respawn if you re-enter that area. A surprising amount of stuff is retained from the console game. You got your tail attack, jumping, running, ground pound, and some slippery controls for some reason. It's hard to see in the footage, but Croc definitely doesn't stop completely when you let go of the D-pad button. But at the same time, it's not by enough that you need to course correct. It's a really bizarre feeling. This is especially important given the tricky situations with smaller platforms, or those that just kind of start lowering or disappearing once you've stepped on them. Blind jumps will also be weird because there is land beneath the blind jump, but there's also a surprise enemy that might be waiting for you for like a cheap hit. Thankfully, this game is somewhat forgiving, as your health is measured by the gems that you collect, sort of like with Sonic. Once you've run out, your next hit will take a life off and plop you back into the start of the area that you're in. Any gobos you've collected will remain with you. It's a small amount of mercy that makes this game a tad more playable. Overall, the GBA version of Croc is just okay. The difficulty of this game comes from the patience required to slowly work your way through this game, with its less than great controls. Not the worst platformer on the handheld, but certainly nowhere close to good. It does certainly try its best to capture the charm of the console, maybe to a fault. You can currently get this version on the Game Boy Color. And until next time, keep on gaming.